Guys, I got Christian behind the camera, and we are getting ready to capture probably one of the coolest square bodies, frame off restorations we've had in a long time. You guys are going to want to watch. Not only does this one have an LS, it's got the best LS, 10-speed transmission, full custom interior, and it is a nut bolt amazing truck. So we'll be back in a little bit. We got a lot to do today, but you will get the full length video on this truck because we're really proud of it. Christian's desk, and Mom just sent this. Pretty cool. So check that out. The building here, the new building before it was refinished. But check out the banner. So obviously exactly 20 years ago, an old Ford that we had for sale. And not much has changed if you look at this area today, other than the cameras are a little newer. But even 20 years ago, we had, as I said, we had the camera system. So pretty freaking cool. Still got the same open sign. Not much has changed in the way of the building. The awnings still hanging in there. And we did change up the new windows up top, but pretty cool, 30 years ago. Guys and girls, we do have a great video today. This square body we're going to show you guys is amazing, and it's one that we're really on the fence about keeping. Matter of fact, once Brian has a chance to look at it, that may change. But I can tell you, I will be so thrilled when we're actually over in this building and I can stop walking over here every day just to check to make sure the heat is working and make sure the plumbing is working so no pipes are frozen. If you go home every day, you don't have to worry about things like this. But when we're not in these buildings actively every day, I have to walk in and make sure nothing's frozen, no pipes are broke, because it might go days with things running and you just don't know. So hopefully within the next couple months, we'll get this floor done and get in this office. Not much has happened other than some cleaning, a little bit of figuring out the infrastructure where the power wires and computer wires and cabling is going to go through the ceiling right here. We can go all the way to the other building, which is pretty cool. So we got that finally figured out the other day. And these lights working, which has been great because when you drive by at night, it looks good through the window. And then as soon as we get a little break in the weather, we're going to get these walls in here painted all white. And then we're going to put a cool banner up there because when you're looking through at night, you're able to see right up there. So that's going to be pretty cool. So things are coming along nice, step by step, of course, as always. Just don't have enough time to dedicate to everything. But we're going to make some progress. And we've got somebody coming in, fulfilling Christian's spot. He'll be training with him next week. I'll introduce him to you guys so y'all will know who he is. And now let's get to that cool square body and check things out. I don't even know where to begin on this truck, but we'll just start and roll with it. It's a 1978 Chevrolet Cheyenne K20 that had a full frame off restoration. Now here's the backstory with the truck. We actually traded this truck in, been working back and forth with the guy for a while. Christian said, please look at these pictures. Look at the detail on this particular truck. He said, it is brown bear. Like it's a single cab version of brown bear. It's so hard to understand. We get some days 10 and some days 100 requests for people to look at a truck or buy a truck. We don't even get to all of them, and people get pissed off sometimes. But we have to funnel through so much stuff where, you know, obviously people want $100,000 for a $50,000 truck or vice versa. So we do a lot of juggling, and the guys do a lot, and they try to bring the really important ones to my attention. Well, this one real quickly came to the top of the page, and the customer said, look, I love the truck. I love everything about it. He said, I traded even up and actually he paid a $2,000 difference on top of $120,000 retro, what do we want to call it? Retro Resto Mod Chevelle. So he said, this was supposedly close to a $200,000 build. I said, man, I get it. I see it all the time. I can understand. I said, send me the picture, send me the info, send me everything you can. So he did. And here's what we got. So enough chit chat. Let's get to the good stuff about this square body. And I've tucked this truck away for a couple of days because I wanted Daniel to look at it, and we wanted to decide what to do with it. Do we lift it bigger? Do we make it a 1.0, a 2.0, a 3.0? Do we put it back to stock for those that love stock? Or do we just leave the daggone thing alone? And really the only thing we've done is a quick cleaning. I slightly tweaked the doors and a couple other just minuscule little things. Now, they still will go over it in the shop. They're going to put it on the rack, and they're going to do all their thing. But this is a 6.2 with a 10-speed, full build, and it looks like the Fall Guy. You want to look at it? Well, let's talk about the inside while we're here. So it's got the Plaid inserts. It's got a custom steering wheel. It's got a perfectly tight tilt column. It's got a retro radio, so when you're looking at the dash, you don't see much out of the way. But as soon as you turn the key on, you'll see the gauges light up. And I was just showing Christian the features that it has. It's not only a nice analog, old school looking gauge that lights up bright with LED, but it also has digital. As you toggle, you've got your odometer, which is just shy of 6,000 miles since completion. Then you've got all of your other gauges, your voltage, your oil pressure, your temperature, and you can toggle through so many different desires. You got your park that lights up. You got the parental that lights up on there digitally, and it actually works proper. On top of it, they did a killer job on the speaker box. I don't even know if you photographed that or not. Got a sub in there, some tweeters, a really nice fitted console, a plug for your phone in the console, a trailer brake control, a bass knob, perfect dash, and I love the Plaid. They even brought the Plaid into the little side pockets there. The underside of the doors, Alvin didn't even wipe them down. They're crisp, they're clean. The latches, everything in the doors have been rebuilt. You've still got your VIN number placard on the body in the proper location. And the doors are pretty crispy. So under the hood is where you can really put a lot of appreciation. It's a 6.2. If you look at even where they mounted the wiring going through for the computer, the actual computer, the wiper motor, everything is so freaking clean. Nice cold air intake. Was that a Volant? Nice. I mean, it looks like it was born there. It does have a classic air conditioning system, which we install. This is the style that Junior likes doing the best. A nice clean install, done really well. I'll have Junior look at it, give him his 2 cents, but I think everything is about perfect. Sensors, sensor wiring, everything looks extremely nice the way it was done. And again, we still got a little wiping down to do. It's got a little, it's got a little splash here and there. Got all the felt under the hood. This was a non-rushed, no expense spared build. Now the 10-speed is a real plus. You see the 5-speed and the 6-speed. The 10-speed is amazing. So that is like an Escalade combination, or even you can get the Chevrolet HDs that way. Another cool fact about this truck: it looks like Fall Guy. It's got the Fall Guy colors. It's about the size of the Fall Guy truck, or roughly similar. Maybe the Fall Guy was a couple inches bigger. It is 8-lug. It is 3/4 ton. The body is laser straight. But the customer that built this truck wanted it to be Fall Guy colors and actually wrapped the center section here. So it is Cordova brown, or dark chocolate, or we call it all kinds of different stuff around here. But this is actually a wrap. So if you are in love with a solid brown truck, this can come off. Or if you ride it for a year or two and you just want to change the look, you can peel that off. They did it and actually applied the trim over top of it, so it is not going to peel. It looks like paint. I was very impressed with the way they did that. They also added a rock guard. It's really hard to see, but it has a rock guard protection right in this area here. You can see a little splash off the ground, but open country all-terrain tires, slot mag wheels, worn upgraded front hubs, nice shocks. We even left the mud flaps. That would have been one of the first things we took off, but it actually kept a lot of the splash down because just moving it over here, it got a little tire splash. Go call it 3, maybe 4 inches of lift on this truck. Stainless exhaust. Did you get up under it at all for pictures? Okay. So you can lean. Let me grab the camera here. Super ridiculous attention to detail underneath the truck. Left the spare under there. That's one of the first things we usually take out. 14-bolt rear. Still got the spare. Nice mount for the spare. Cool rear bumper with the lights in it. Truck Sport bed cover. Spray and liner bed with a mat. So anyway, customer calls, says, hey, I want a new Super Duty, lifted. I think I'll fit in it better. I think that's what really will suit me the best. I said, well, that's no problem. We can work some things out. And we ended up doing some trading. So that's how we acquired this truck. And he was kind of heartbroken because he loved the truck. But if it's not practical for you, it's not practical for you. He wanted something a little bit more user-friendly. It looks like he put about 100 miles on it. He just didn't fit in the truck right. So that's how we acquired it. This truck, I can tell you, especially due to the current, and Chris can vouch because he's been dealing with one of them at the body shop that's been ongoing now for 1.5 years. This would be, even if a shop could streamline it and fast track it, you're probably talking a 3 to 5 year project because we're 1.5 years just in body. That truck still has to come back and go to interior. It still has to come back and go to the stereo shop. It still has to come back and go through the off-road shop. And it still has to finish up all the powertrain. So there's a lot of steps to it. And just for those, this is where realistic people and non-realistic, the Red Sea parts right here. And we're going to have the love and the hate happen. To do a truck to this level, we don't tackle the full thing. You guys know that. We don't do the body and paint and stuff like that. If we had to take this truck and we had a customer just said, look, I just want a truck built. I'm not worried about the time. Get it done. Send me the bills. Or if you do one in a realistic fashion to this level, I mean, look at the body lines on this truck. This is not some cobbled up truck. It is straight as an arrow. There's some stuff that just went through Barrett Jackson and Meekum that bought big money, and we had buyers at both locations looking at vehicles. One of them was a truck that was owned by David Spade. I'm not knocking him, and I'm not necessarily knocking his truck, but he had a crew cab Ford, and we've been looking for some Fords. It had rust bubbles. The body lines were so out of whack, but the way they took the pictures, you didn't know that. But when it came up and my guys looked at it in person, and you guys can see it on the block because we saw it too when it rolled across, it was a pile. Like it was a put together pile, but it brought crazy big money. This truck would cost $200,000 to build if you had to pay retail invoices and you'd be in 3 to 5 year time frame. So how do so many of these trucks sell? This truck's gonna be half price. It's gonna be right at $99,000. So yes, it's a lot of money, but it is half the price it would cost to do one, and it's available tomorrow. And again, it's available tomorrow also if you said, hey, I want to add power steps, or I want to do a bigger lift, or I want to change it out, or I want to lower it to stock and put dog dish hubcaps on it. It doesn't really matter. I think this truck would be super cool with dog dish hubcaps, grandpa looking, and when you pull up, it just goes mad. And Christian even already commented, we currently have a lot of LS trucks. You can tell by starting this one up and listening to it, it's just completely different. The other great part is it will always start because it's never going to be cold natured. Yeah, just makes you whoo. It's not obnoxious, it's not radical, but you guys know there's no end to what you can do with LSs. You can cam them, you can do heads, you can do so much tuning and performance stuff. But this right here is pushing 400, probably just shy of 450 horsepower. And it's going to run like a sewing machine, like all day, every day. And when you hit the gas, there's no delay. I don't know how good y'all are hearing it on the mic. But the attention to detail, the headliner. Did you get a good picture behind the seat right here? Yeah. It's just so much stuff that you don't think about when you do a build on these trucks. Or you do think about it, and it's after the fact, and you continue to spin, and you continue to spin, you continue to spin. So yes, to a lot of people, a square body being $100,000 will make them have a coronary and a heart attack. But the fact that this truck is a fresh build, it's not beat up, it's not tore up. As far as I know, and I don't miss much, I haven't seen this truck on any of the show scene. I haven't seen it anywhere out there in the public's eye. But just like Brown Bear, if this truck goes to an event and somebody looks at it, a lot of people walk past it. Oh, that's not cool. It's not on boggers. It's not huge. If somebody walks up and looks at this truck and looks at the attention to detail and can see everything that's been touched and taken apart and put back together so perfectly, they'll be able to see a serious amount of appreciation. Actually, Brown Bear gets the most attention when somebody looks at it for that fact. But when they're looking at it for big tires and wheels, of course, then they go look at Grimace or the 10-door or something else. It's just nice to have a truck like this. And again, we can't take the credit for the build because we have very little bit involved in this one. Very little, like minuscule amount. That's great. You know what that means? Somebody did a heck of a good job. They did a thorough job. They did an appreciative job. And somebody's going to be able to not only save themselves, because even with us, Christian, it's getting a little frustrating on the paint side of things. Are we correct? Because we're having to hound and we're having to be pressureful and we're spending good freaking money for a paint job. And it gets to be a little bit of a upsetting point. And then we still got to do the other stuff. So then there's going to be more upsetting points to come. So we love a truck like this. You guys know that. Happy to be able to display it for you guys. Again, just the lay of the hood, the cleanliness. It's just so much stuff. The way the trim fits. Dual tanks. They both work. I love it. I love it. You get a... Did you get a reel of it? All right, so when you get the reel of it and you get that truck up there, I think this one's going to be one of your more popular ones because of the fall guy, for one. And then we also I told Daniel, so let's take the bed cover off, let's put a roll bar in, let's put a brush bar. It's hard to mess with. If you guys want that, that's no problem. But this truck is going to be a hard one for us to really mess with at all because it's just done and done right now. So thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed today. We're finally almost thawed out just to get some way below freezing weather again. It looks like next week, like 3 days of snow. So, yay! We'll wrap up things shortly. Escalated right quickly. Unfortunately, we're going to call it a day because we're going to have to get all these vehicles put back inside. So, thanks, guys. I hope you have a safe and happy weekend. We got a lot of crap to get indoors. This snow just came in like out of nowhere. And we were in the middle of doing a warehouse clean out and a shop rearrangement, but we had to get this warehouse cleaned out on a deadline for a new owner / tenant. So AJ, Alvin, everybody's been busy dealing with that. It's been a little hectic to say the least. So thanks, guys. Hope you have a great weekend. They get the Bronco put away so it'll be clean when they pick it up. And several other things with some trailers to get dealt with.